This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
So, Pooja, I observed that you did your Bachelor's of Engineering
Yes,
in
sir.
Electronics and Communication Engineering. What are you doing thereafter?
Sir, I did have a job offer, but due to pandemic, the joining date kept getting postponed. So that was when I decided that I have to pursue my dream, that is civil service. So I took up civil service preparations.
So, if you wanted to be a part of the civil services, so what did
Yes,
you
sir.
do your BE? You could have done something like BA, VA, the BA in sociology, or
Sir,
MA in sociology.
yes, sir. So initially, I had a driving towards engineering and innovation, technology like that. But during the phase of engineering itself, there were many moments, there were many instincts where I wanted to contribute more than the horizon. Like I wanted to look beyond the horizon, sir. During the engineering phase itself, this realization happened. So after engineering, I started preparing, sir.
All right. So, you are not inclined towards sociology and other subjects
Yes,
and
sir.
not to engineering. But let me ask you a question related to your field.
Yes, sir.
Why India has not been able to produce basically chips?
Yes, sir.
Most of our chips are coming from Taiwan or many other countries, including Israel. And we are not producing any meaningful substantial number of chips within the country.
Yes,
And
sir.
today, it is impacting our economic growth.
Yes, sir. Sir, some of the reasons for this is first, we lack a proper manufacturing capacity while we have excelled in our
This
service.
is what I'm
And
asking you. Why?
yes, sir.
This is what I'm asking. Why don't we have manufacturing
Yes, sir.
capability of producing chips?
So one of the reason maybe after the liberalization policy, we shifted abruptly towards service. We missed the manufacturing phase that must have been the intermediary. This is one reason, sir. Second, there exists a monopoly of majorly 5 countries like US, Japan, China, and South Korea. And the third is that uh, I believe that the ultraviolet lithography that is very important in manufacturing of any silicon chips, the patenting of this is in the hands of Netherlands and only few countries, sir. So these are some of the reasons that we were not able to get into the silicon producing aspect as much as we are into IT, sir.
Now there is new technology which is coming up.
Yes, sir.
I do not know whether it is commercially viable or not at this point of time, which say that you do not require silicon to produce chips. Are you aware of that?
No, sir. Sorry, sir. I'm not aware of this.
Can you tell me what is the difference between chat or not GPT 3.5 and GPT 4.0?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware of the differences between the upgradation, but may I tell about Chat GPT features and its future objectives, sir? Sir, it is more like a conversation that we make with a human. It is driven by a text command and it provides us
No, I am
answer.
not interested in knowing what is GPT. I just
Yes, sir.
wanted to know whether you know the difference between GPT 3.5 and GPT 4.0.
No, sir, I'm not aware of the upgradation.
Oh,
Pooja,
Yes, sir.
now we are the #1 country in the world in terms of population, right?
Yes, sir.
Feel proud about it?
Sir, if it is read properly, I'm proud about it.
Okay. Now that you're saying that we should read it properly, lead us through. How should we read this thing?
Sir, can I give an anecdote for this? Sir,
Yeah, please go ahead.
population is like a potential energy that is stored in a place. it is our duty to channelize it through proper medium. This is what I think when I said it is our power, sir.
Explain me this with the data available with us.
Yes, sir. So, for example, India has one of the highest adult population. 65% of our adult population is below 35 years. So, we have a demographic dividend. We have a very strong potential to increase our human capital so that India becomes the skill hub for itself as well as for the world. So, I believe that a very major, basic, but a very major steps is education, building a robust health infrastructure, and increasing the standard of living. These three can be different channels through which we can reap our demography, sir.
Well, let me take you to the data that is presented by Government of India.
Yes, sir.
And tell me the concerns there. I have certain concerns there. So it says that population below the age of 14 and up to
Yes.
14 is 25%. From 15 till 64 is 68%. And above 64 is 7%. Median age is 27 years. And life expectancy is 72 years. Now I've got two concerns here. For population below 14 years of age and from between 14 till 15 till 64. What are the concerns according to you?
Yes, sir. So for the population below 14 years of age, the concern that I see is that providing them a future-ready education. The current NEP has, yes, sir,
Only based on the data that I have given you.
below 14 years of age. Sir, I'm not able to correlate.
Okay, we'll come to it later on.
Yes, sir.
So have you gone through the National Health Survey 5 data?
Yes, sir.
So how do you look at the total fertility rate of 2.0?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is below the replacement level fertility rate, meaning that in a future time that we may also have aging population. So that is one of the concern that the previously what you pointed might be that the replacement, like our birth rate is small. That is what you might be pointing, sir, in the previous question.
Well, I'm saying that probably we are misinterpreting the data of PFR. It is more of a concern in terms of mortality rate
Yes,
than being happy about it. We'll talk about it.
Hello Pooja, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Pooja, I was looking at your hobby.
Yes, sir.
You like evolution of Indian gastronomy and food culture.
Yes, sir.
Tell us something about your hobby.
Yes, sir. Sir, I gained it as a curiosity whenever my mother and my grandmother told stories regarding what we used to eat. That this food came like this, it was brought by that part of the history. So it started like that, sir. So I'm now more curious to know and appreciate what I'm eating. So this is.
How did our food culture, food scene changed
Yes,
after 1498?
Sorry, sir. After
1498.
1498. Yes, sir. Sir, I guess after 1498, there was increased incursion from Islamic and Turkish soldiers. So it has brought a food culture of Central Asia and Middle East, and especially
So
after.
Portuguese influence?
Yes, sir. That is also. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. For after the 1498 entry of Portuguese, they brought chili, potato, cabbage, and carrot. So these were all integrated into food aspects.
Okay. So do we had samosa before Portuguese came to India?
Yes, sir. It has been mentioned in Aine Akbari. The exact name of samosa used to be sambushas. It is a meat-filled pie, but the vegetarians converted by filling more aloo. So it served the interest of both.
Even before the Mughal times, we used to have a sampust. Then it used to have lentil filling
Yes,
of
sir.
lentils, dal. Okay. Anyway, have you heard about Vazwan?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So Vazwan is a style of eating and cooking in Kashmir region. So there exist more than 12 to 13 different recipe. Vazwan is usually done during weddings, sir. So they even the way they serve is very beautiful. It follows a particular order. This is it, sir.
What would be a major difference between a Vazwan and a Himachali Dham? Himachali Dham.
Yes, sir. So Vazwan has a lot of meat ingredients, whereas Himachali has a very green leafy diet.
Okay. Would you tell me why do we have such low representation of women in higher judiciary?
Higher judiciary, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, there exists promotional bias and vertical mobility of women is low. For example, in Goa, in the lower courts, women represent more than 60 to 70%, but the representation in high court is quite low, sir. So there exists promotional bias. Another reason is that our collegium system is still not yet inclusive. For women to enter the top level, there has to be women in the collegium who tout those ideas. So inclusivity within the collegium is also one of the reasons, sir.
Do we need reservation in higher judiciary for women?
Sir, it is my personal belief and understanding that reservation is just one solution, sir. As I mentioned earlier also, it is very important that we provide them a space to compete, but at least we have to bring them towards the starting line. So for this, we need to empower them. This is what I think, sir. It has to be a complemented effort.
Okay. Pooja, my last question to you. What do you
Yes.
understand from empowerment?
Empowerment. Sir, if I may say it from with the quote of Rabindranath Tagore, empowerment to me is mind without fear and the head is held high. So the fearless in every aspect of life. This is what empowerment for me, sir.
Okay. So fearless is qualified or fearless in general? Because I would say criminal is also fearless mostly.
Positive fear, sir.
So you have to qualify it.
Yes, sir.
You have led a campaign to save lake from
Yes, sir.
deterioration. Okay. So we are seeing a disappearance of lakes throughout the country. What are the main reasons behind that?
Yes, sir. So some of the reasons are land encroachment, that undiscriminate encroachment of land, and dying of a natural aquifer, sir. Third is that concretization of the land, that we are it is a human made mistake that we are reducing the porosity of our land, that is the greening of land is reduced and concrete culture has increased. So these are the three main reasons due to which our lakes might be dying, sir.
Concretization and this encroachment, these are very serious issues.
Yes, sir.
In your view, how can we resolve them?
Yes, sir. So first and foremost, conservation of lake or conservation of environment in particular should be a movement of masses, sir. Only then the result will be sustained for a long time. So this is one. There needs to be strict regulation and conviction regarding encroachment, sir. Second is that we need to carry out recharging our aquifers, identifying the local solutions. For example, in Maharashtra, we have a Buldana pattern, and we have many natural ways of saving our water. So these traditional ways should get a larger promotion and larger branding. Through this, we can build. So
Okay. So my last question to you, for example, if you are posted as district magistrate, what would be your 3 priorities on which you will work?
Posted where, sir?
You can be posted anywhere in India, but let's say in Mysuru.
Okay, sir. Sir, undoubtedly, there are two sets of area. One is very basic areas, and another one are emerging areas that I want to work. The basic are building block, education, health, and sanitation. Though there have been efforts, but I want to ensure that it has made more robust. And these are traditional, sir, and emerging areas are waste management, because I believe waste is the next danger that we are facing. Second area is that localization of our SDG goals, that we need to tailor our SDG goals to local needs and local ideas. So these are some of the areas that I'm eyeing for, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Pooja, I must tell you that you are very sincere, honest, and very articulate. These are very positive because it is not a test of your knowledge. We would like to evaluate your character. whether you are suitable for field services or not. In that, the first stage you're corrected. Whether you're truthful, whether you are speaking from your heart or only made up. And I'm very happy to tell you that you appear to be extremely truthful and sincere and honest person. That is one.
Thank you, sir.
Only in terms of weakness, I found that many times you tend to get a little longish kind of an answer.
Yes, sir.
You do not come to the point immediately.
Yes, sir.
So while the question is being asked, try to find out what the intent is and come to the crux immediately. Give
Yes,
a very
sir.
short and simple answer.